Welcome, and thank you for being here. What you are reading right now is more than motivation, it's a reminder to wake up to your own potential. Today, I want to share an idea that can transform your entire life. It is something stronger than money, more important than talent, and rarer than intelligence: your value. The truth is, people don't respond to your pain, your effort, or your time, they respond to the value you bring. They notice it, respect it, and even follow it. So if you feel ignored, underestimated, or unseen, remember this: it isn't because you are weak, unimportant, or unlucky. It's simply because your value hasn't been revealed yet. And showing that value is your responsibility. Value isn't inherited, and it isn't given by family, education, or background. It is built through daily effort, discipline, growth, and quiet improvement. When you raise your value, you become impossible to overlook. People begin to respect you without being asked, and opportunities naturally open for you. In this world, you don't need to fight for a place, just become so valuable that the world makes space for you on its own. Let me repeat the truth at the heart of everything: you cannot create more time, but you can always create more value. We are not rewarded for the hours we spend, we are rewarded for the value we bring. You can complain about being ignored, or you can quietly grow until you become impossible to ignore. Today, I want to share 9 tough rules that are not soft, not sweet, and certainly not for lazy people. These rules are for anyone who wants to rise above average and build such strong personal value that the world has no option but to respect them. I will explain each rule in a clear, powerful, and motivating way, so even if your English is simple, even if your confidence is low, even if no one believes in you right now, you can still understand, grow, and win. This message is not meant to make you feel good for a short moment, it is meant to change the direction of your entire life. So take a deep breath and prepare yourself. This is the start of your transformation. Rule number 1: stop being too available and start becoming valuable. Think about this: when something is always easy to get, do people value it more or less? They value it less. Imagine walking into a store and seeing a diamond lying on the floor with no security, no box, no price tag, no attention. You would probably assume it's fake. Even if it's real, your mind will not treat it as precious. Why? Because when something is too available, respect disappears. Availability kills value, and that is why you must raise yours. The same rule applies to people: when you are always saying yes, always online, always texting first, and always available for everyone, your value slowly fades without you even noticing. People begin to assume you will always be there, that you will always agree, that they can ignore you and still expect your care. That is the moment respect disappears. That is when you stop being seen and start becoming background noise in other people's lives. Being endlessly nice, endlessly helpful, and endlessly available may look like kindness, but often it is quiet self-destruction. The truth is simple: if you don't give importance to yourself, no one else will. And yes, it's difficult. Maybe you don't want to hurt anyone, maybe you think saying no is rude, maybe you fear that silence means loneliness. But in reality, saying no protects your value, and being less available creates room for respect. You are not a product on sale. You are not a discount version of yourself. You are not open 24/7. You are a limited edition, and it's time to act like one. That means you don't reply instantly to every message, you don't agree to plans you dislike, you don't let people drain your energy with meaningless talk, and you don't keep showing up for those who never show up for you. You schedule your time, you respect your energy, you choose your circle carefully, and you build boundaries without guilt. When people realize that your time is valuable, that your attention is limited, and that your presence is a privilege, their behavior changes. They stop wasting your time, they stop taking you for granted, and they begin to speak with respect. Think of two friends, one is always available and always says yes, the other is focused, selective, and shows up with intention. Which one is respected more? The second one, because anything rare becomes valuable. That's how diamonds work. That's how money works. That's how you must work. You are not here to chase attention, prove your worth, or serve everyone's needs. You are here to become so valuable that losing you becomes a cost no one wants to pay. So from today, stop being overly available and start raising your value, because value speaks louder than noise, and silence can be the most powerful message you ever send. Rule number 2, master one high-value skill. If you truly want to increase your value, understand this clearly: the world does not reward effort, it rewards results. And real results come from mastery, not from trying a little bit of everything. Most people stay busy all day, always working, always moving, yet very few are genuinely valuable. Why? Because they never master a single powerful skill that the world actually needs. They jump from one goal to another: YouTuber today, trader next week, coach the week after, then writer, then creator, but they never stay long enough to become excellent at any of them. And when you stay average, you stay invisible. If you truly want to become high value, increase your income, and attract opportunities instead of chasing them, then stop trying to be everything at once. Choose one thing and become excellent at it. When you master a single high-value skill, you become useful, needed, trusted, paid, and respected. Look at the most successful people in the world: Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Oprah, Cristiano Ronaldo, Mr. They all share one simple pattern: each of them became world-class at one skill. Elon Musk mastered engineering and vision. Oprah mastered communication and emotional intelligence. Mr. mastered storytelling and YouTube creation. Ronaldo mastered discipline and athletic performance. That one skill became their doorway to every other opportunity. Once their value was undeniable in one area, they earned the right to expand into others. But most people try to skip this step: they want the lifestyle without the mastery. That never works. If you want value, become excellent. If you want success, become unforgettable at one thing. Mastering just one high-value skill can change your entire life. It can replace your 9-to-5 job, help you start a business, build confidence, earn respect, give you freedom, attract high-level connections, bring in clients, and open doors across the world. Because the world is no longer impressed by average. People want solutions, speed, excellence, and trust, and the person who delivers that becomes valuable instantly. Today's world offers many powerful skills you can learn: public speaking, sales, coaching, writing, copywriting, storytelling, content creation, strategic thinking, problem solving, decision making, creativity, video editing, design, branding, tech, coding, web development, AI tools, marketing, lead generation, business systems, influence, YouTube growth, Instagram growth, and content marketing. The world may change, but high-value skills never go out of demand. You don't need a degree. You don't need 10 years. You don't need to be a genius. You only need focus, practice, and patience. Let me tell you a simple story. There was a boy named Liam. He had no money, no degree, and no special talent. But he discovered copywriting, the skill of using words to sell. Every day he practiced. He studied great writers, wrote sample ads for fake products, and even offered his work for free just to learn. One day, he got his first paid project, $100. Then $500. Then $1,000. Today he works from home, earns in dollars, travels the world, and supports his family, all because of one skill. That is the power of mastery. That is the power of value. If you still don't know which skill to choose, don't stay stuck. Write down 5 things you enjoy or feel curious about, maybe writing, teaching, editing, business, or tech. Pick the one that excites you the most. You don't need passion, you just need interest. Dedicate the next 30 days to studying and practicing that one skill every single day. Watch videos, take notes, build small projects, and keep going until you discover the one skill you want to master. Remember, clarity comes from action, not from overthinking. Don't spend your life being kind of good at 10 things. Become great at one thing, and the world will open its doors for you. Master one skill so deeply that your name is spoken in rooms you've never stepped into. Become so good that the world cannot ignore you. Remember, we get paid for value, and value is born from excellence. So if you feel lost, broke, invisible, or stuck, don't try to fix your whole life at once, fix your skill. Build your value. Become excellent at something the world needs. That is how transformation begins. Not by chasing people, not by begging for attention, but by rising through mastery. This is your moment. Choose your skill, begin today, and don't stop until you're world class. Because when your skill becomes rare, you become priceless. Rule 3: Speak less, move in silence, let your presence do the talking. In a world where everyone is shouting for attention, where people post every thought, every meal, every dream, and every plan, you become more powerful the moment you choose silence. The strongest people are not the loudest voice is often the weakest mind. But the calmest person, the one who speaks only when necessary, controls the entire room. When you talk less and act more, something interesting happens. People become curious. They start paying attention. They respect you without even knowing why. Your energy becomes magnetic, and your value rises without a single word. That is real power. That is real high value. Most people talk before thinking. They share their pain with people who don't care, reveal their dreams to people who won't support them, argue just to prove they're right, and speak only to feel important. But the truth is hard. The more you talk, the less people listen. The more you explain, the less people respect. The more noise you make, the less power you hold. Real value doesn't chase attention. It is felt in your eyes, in your posture, in your focus, in your decisions, not in endless words. Imagine 2 people walking into a room. Person A enters loudly, talks non-stop, tries to impress everyone, lists achievements, future plans, and who they know. Person B walks in quietly, observes, listens, and speaks only when needed, and when they do, every word is precise and strong. Who earns more respect? Person B. Why? Because silence creates mystery. Mystery creates curiosity. Curiosity creates attention. And attention creates value. The less people know, the more they want to know, and that is power. When you stop announcing everything, your presence becomes unpredictable. Your progress becomes louder than your voice. People can't guess your next move, they only see the results. While others waste time talking, you are already executing. Your silence protects you from gossip, jealousy, and judgment because you aren't explaining your plans, you're achieving them. And when your work finally speaks for itself, people will be too shocked to say a word. That is high value. But understand this clearly, speaking less does not mean acting cold, fake, or distant. It doesn't mean ignoring people or avoiding connection. It simply means you stop speaking just to fill silence. You stop explaining yourself to everyone. You stop chasing approval and stop oversharing with people who haven't earned the right to hear your story. You protect your energy. You build your value quietly. You let your presence speak louder than your voice, because your energy tells the real story, and energy is stronger than language. If you want to start using this rule today, begin with simple steps. Pause before you speak. When someone asks something, don't rush, take a breath, think for 2 seconds, and respond calmly. This shows confidence and self-control. Stop announcing every move you make. Don't post every idea, don't share every goal, and don't reveal your plans to people who love gossip. Let your results speak for you. Use your words with intention. If you choose to speak, speak with calm power, not noise. And learn to listen deeply. When you listen more, you understand more, you see more, and you hold the room without raising your voice. Let your actions be your volume. Build your business, improve your health, sharpen your skills, upgrade your lifestyle, all without making announcements. When people finally notice, they'll ask, "How did you do all this so silently?" And you'll smile, because you were too busy building value to seek attention. Lions don't need to roar, their silence communicates strength. The moon says nothing, yet controls the tides. The ocean is deep, which is why it doesn't make the noise that shallow rivers do. Power is silent. Value is quiet. Confidence is calm. If you want respect, don't speak more, speak better. If you want to be remembered, don't post more, build more. If you want to be high value, don't beg for attention, let people feel your presence even when you're silent. This isn't a trick or a trend. This is a weapon. Silence is power. Energy is language. Presence is value. So from today onward, stop talking and start building, stop explaining and start doing, stop announcing and start becoming. Because when you master the art of silence, you become unstoppable. Rule 4: Build a mysterious aura, let the world wonder who you are becoming. In a society where everyone is constantly posting, updating, shouting, and sharing every emotion online, the most magnetic and unforgettable person is the one who remains calm, private, unreadable, and unpredictable. That is mystery, and mystery equals power. When people can't figure you out, when they don't know your next move, when they can't read your emotions or your plans, you become interesting, respected, and high value. Mystery doesn't mean hiding, it means protecting your power from people who haven't earned access to it. Most people reveal far too much. They post too much, talk too much, explain too much, and expose their dreams too soon. They reveal every move, every mistake, every thought, because they're starving for attention. But here's the harsh truth: if people can predict you, they don't respect you. If they can easily read you, they don't fear losing you. If they already know everything about you, they feel no need to earn you. Predictability lowers value, every time. Mystery equals high value. It doesn't mean acting fake or cold, and it doesn't mean cutting yourself off from people. It simply means you stop exposing every detail of your life. You don't post everything online. You don't tell everyone what you're working on. You don't announce every goal or react emotionally in front of the world. You create space around your journey, space that protects your energy, your progress, and your future. Imagine you're working on your dream body. You don't post selfies every day or tell people you're planning to lose 10 kilos. Instead, you stay silent. You work, improve, and build. And then, one day, you show up stronger, sharper, transformed, and suddenly everyone says, "Where have you been? What happened? How did you change so much?" You smile, because while they were scrolling, posting, and wasting time, you were becoming someone they never saw coming. That is mystery. That is value. So how do you practice mystery in your daily life? Stop announcing your next move. Let your actions be the surprise. Keep some dreams between you and the universe. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your vision. When people ask too many questions, don't hand them the whole story, give them headlines. Don't overshare your pain with people who can't help. Your pain is sacred, and it deserves protection. Learn to say, "You'll see." That simple phrase is stronger than 1,000 explanations. It preserves your energy, strengthens your confidence, and makes your results louder than your promises. It turns you from ordinary into unforgettable, from predictable into magnetic. Soon, people will whisper, "Who is he becoming? What is she working on? Why do I feel their presence even when they say nothing?" That's when you know your value has begun to speak without words. Don't be so loud that people forget you. Be so quiet that they can't stop thinking about you. From today, pull back, go silent, get powerful. Let your absence create curiosity. Let your silence become your presence. Let the world wonder who you are becoming. Because when you become mysterious, you become magnetic, and when you're magnetic, you never have to chase anything again. Rule 5. Upgrade your circle or stay stuck forever. You can be motivated, disciplined, talented, and full of big dreams. You can listen to this message and say, "I'm ready." But if you're surrounded by the wrong people, your value will fade, slowly, painfully, permanently. Your circle is not just your group of friends, it is your environment, your mirror, your identity, your future. The people you spend time with are training your mind every single day, whether you notice it or not. And the signs are clear. You feel small around your friends, you can't talk about your goals without being mocked. Every time you grow, someone tries to pull you back, and you walk away from conversations feeling drained instead of inspired. You're growing, but they're not moving at all. You keep lifting them, but they never lift you. That isn't love, friendship, or loyalty, it's a trap. When you stay stuck in a low-value circle, it doesn't just slow you down, it destroys you from the inside. You start doubting yourself, shrinking your dreams to make others comfortable, dimming your light so you won't be too much. You get trapped in gossip, drama, laziness, and small thinking, and slowly you stop becoming the person you were meant to be. The longer you stay, the more invisible your value becomes. The more loyal you are to the wrong people, the further your dream moves away. Imagine climbing a mountain with a backpack full of rocks, exhausted, struggling, wanting to quit, only to realize the weight you're carrying isn't even yours, it's the people pulling you down. Now imagine dropping that weight and suddenly moving faster, breathing easier, and seeing the summit clearly. That's what upgrading your circle feels like. You don't need to argue or fight anyone, just observe who helps you grow and who blocks your future. Create space, pull back, and let distance speak for you. Add new voices through mentors and content that lifts you. Don't fear loneliness, it's not punishment, it's preparation. Say goodbye silently, you don't owe anyone explanations because your peace is enough. You become like the 5 people you spend the most time with, so if you want the mind of a lion, stop walking with sheep. If you want rich results, stop living in poor environments. Some people will never grow, and that's okay, but you must choose between comfort with them or growth without them. Staying with the wrong people will cost you your time, energy, confidence, and destiny. The world is too big and your potential is too real to stay small for the wrong crowd. So ask yourself, does this person feed your future or drain it? Do they celebrate your growth or resent it? Are they building with you or using you? Upgrade your circle or stay stuck forever. Don't fear losing people, fear losing yourself by trying to keep the wrong ones. Your value multiplies when you walk with people who believe in your vision, speak your language, and match your energy. Let go of the old, your future is waiting. Surround yourself with power and you become power. Rule 6. Invest in your appearance and become the mirror of your own value. No matter how smart, kind, or talented you are, the world sees your appearance before it hears your intelligence. People judge the book by its cover long before they read a single page, and that isn't unfair, it's human nature. Your appearance isn't just about looks, it reflects your discipline, your self-respect, your energy, and your presence. When you show up messy, tired, or unprepared, people lower your value before you even open your mouth. But when you walk in clean, sharp, confident, and put together, everything shifts. People listen more, speak differently, and label you as someone important without you saying a word. That is the silent power of appearance. Many confuse it with vanity and say, I don't care what people think, but the truth is simple, you might have gold inside, but if you present yourself like cheap plastic, no one will come close enough to discover it. Your appearance isn't about showing off, it's about showing up as someone who values themselves. Looking like you've given up will make people treat you like someone with nothing left to offer. This isn't about designer clothes, beauty, or money. It's about intention. Dress like you respect yourself. Show up clean, sharp, and prepared. Take care of hygiene, posture, grooming, and confidence. Your appearance is your visual resume. Before you speak, your energy already introduces you. Imagine 2 people walking into an interview, one stands tall, well-groomed, polished, confident, the other looks wrinkled, tired, careless. Even with equal skills, the first person receives more respect, because their appearance says, I'm ready. I'm serious. I'm valuable. That's not fashion. That's silent authority. Dress like the future version of yourself. Ask, would the person I want to become dress like this today? Keep your clothes clean, not expensive. Focus on fit, posture, grooming, and scent, because smelling clean signals discipline. Walk with purpose. Stand tall. Groom yourself even when no one is watching, because you are watching, and that alone is enough. Your appearance tells the world, I respect myself. I respect this moment. And when you carry yourself with value, the world has no choice but to treat you the same way. I didn't come to hide, I came to own the room. I carry myself like someone ready for success. People trust those who appear sharp. People are drawn to those who look collected. Doors open for those who walk in like they belong. And you don't need to be rich, famous, or perfect, you just need to show up like someone who matters. If you don't appear valuable, no one will stop to see what's inside. The way you dress, the way you stand, the way you hold yourself is a conversation, even without words. Respect begins with how you treat yourself, and appearance is part of that. You can't control what people think, but you can control what they see. So from today, show up like someone going somewhere. Look like you value your journey. Look like you are becoming unstoppable. Because once your appearance reflects your inner value, the world will treat you like someone who cannot be ignored. Rule 7. Don't chase, attract. The more you chase, the more people run. It could be a friend, a client, a job, or an opportunity. The more you try to prove your value, the less valuable you appear. Why? Because chasing equals desperation, and desperation destroys attraction. People don't chase diamonds, they chase discounts. Be the diamond. Chasing is loud, attracting is quiet. Chasing is external, attracting is internal. Chasing says, please notice me. Attracting says, I'm already whole. Come if you're ready. When you chase, you give your power away. When you attract, you become the prize. Imagine running after water in the desert, thirsty, desperate, exhausted, that is chasing. Now imagine being fire, and everything cold moves toward you, that is attraction. Stop running after people and start building yourself. Focus on becoming, not impressing. Don't build yourself to be liked, build yourself to be powerful. Stay calm when ignored, your silence will make them feel your absence more than your begging ever could. Walk away with confidence. Chasing weakens your value, walking away raises it. Improve your skill, your appearance, your mindset, your peace, these become magnets for success. People will come to you when you hold this power. Let go of proving yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. The right people will feel your growth and move toward it. Build that energy, and the world will follow. I don't chase, I attract. If it's meant for me, it will stay. If it leaves, it wasn't meant to be. My focus is on my value, not their opinion. I'm not here to beg, I'm here to build. When you chase, you shrink. When you attract, you become magnetic. So from today, stop chasing love, people, or success. Instead, build yourself. Sharpen your skills, protect your peace, upgrade your energy, raise your standards, master your silence, respect your presence, and invest in your appearance. Let the world come to you, they can feel your value without a single word. When you attract, you don't fight for attention, you become the reason the room shifts. Rule 8. Train your mind relentlessly, because that's where real value lies. You can dress well, walk with confidence, have followers, fame, or money, but if your mind is weak, you will crumble under pressure. Life will test you, and without a strong mind, you will break at the first rejection, falter under stress, and lose what you've built. Your true value doesn't live in clothes or likes, it lives in your mind. And the mind isn't born strong, it must be trained silently, daily, relentlessly. Most people stay low value forever because they neglect their brains. They feed it junk, ignore discipline, and never build mental armor. The result? Overthinking, fear of failure, craving approval, avoiding discomfort, comparing themselves, and acting small while dreaming big. A trained mind, however, prints value for life. A strong mind keeps calm in chaos, focuses while others panic, thinks clearly under pressure, speaks intelligently, builds visions others can't see, delays pleasure for purpose, walks alone without fear, and bounces back when life knocks it down. That's real power. That's what makes you rare. To train your mind, feed it daily with books that challenge you, videos that give truth, and conversations that stretch your thinking. Ask yourself, what am I doing with my time? Who am I becoming? What am I allowing that slows me down? Your mind is a garden, plant garbage, and weakness grows, plant wisdom, and greatness grows. Create mental discipline. Wake up without your phone, giving your brain peace before distraction. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Journal your thoughts, empty overthinking, write down ideas, reflect, and learn something new every day, a word, a concept, a skill. Do what is mentally uncomfortable. If it's hard, do it. If it scares you, try it. If it's unknown, explore it. This is how your mind becomes sharper than 99% of the world, and this is where your lasting value is built. The brain gets stronger the same way muscles do, through resistance. Read when you're tired. Write when you don't feel like it. Focus when you'd rather scroll. This is how high-value people are built. Student A studies for 20 minutes, gets distracted, checks their phone, and quits after 3 days. Student B studies an hour daily, writes notes, reflects on mistakes, and trains the brain consistently. After 6 months, who wins? Student B. Even without the highest natural talent, because they trained their mind, not just their hands. That is the power of mental discipline, it builds value that cannot be taken from you. Train your mind because no one else will. A sharp mind opens doors a strong body cannot. Your brain is either your best friend or your silent enemy. Feed it, challenge it, strengthen it, talk to it like it is your future CEO. Once your mind is unbreakable, your value becomes unstoppable. It was never about looking cool, being liked, chasing people, or proving anything. It was always about value. In this world, you are treated based on the value you bring. You are respected for your rarity, paid for your sharpness, and loved for the depth with which you love yourself first. You can cry, pray, hope, but unless you become valuable, nothing will change. Let this be your turning point, not a moment of temporary motivation, but the moment you say enough. You are done being ignored. Done being used. Done living below your potential. From today, you raise your value, or you raise nothing. Walk away from your old self. Build what you promised. Protect your peace. Speak less. Train harder. Look sharper. Surround yourself with warriors, not weak minds. Let your silence terrify those who once ignored you. Let your transformation speak for you. One day, not far from now, they will say, "You changed." And you will smile and reply, "No, I finally remembered who I was meant to be." If this message touched your heart, made you think differently, feel stronger, or rise again, don't leave quietly. Take action. Share it with someone who needs it. Comment, declare, "I choose value over noise." This is not the end, it is the beginning of a high-value life. And if you are ready, I'll be here in the next step. Let's grow. Let's rise. Let's lead together.